So we've been here at Angry Monkey Beach for over a week now. It must be like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, here we are, stuck and not being able to go anywhere. Trying to keep ourselves busy by doing some activities.
We've actually run out of water on Nandji. It's such a beautiful place. We really don't mind doing this job. The world's gone a little bit crazy with this coronavirus. Malaysia just shut its borders yesterday, so the international borders are now closed, and also the citizens can't move between the provinces as well. So everything's kind of on lockdown at the moment. About 70% of the shops are shut, so there's still like the essential shops that are open, which is the supermarkets, the chemists, and there's a few little 7-Elevens and things like that that are open, but most of the shops are shut. We actually needed to get a few more supplies today, so we hired a car and went to land, and there was, you know, still a fair few people driving around in their cars, but there was no one out and about like walking or anything like that. It's starting to become like a little bit of a ghost town, which is really, really strange. And I mean, it's just such a strange time that we're going through at the moment. It's very surreal. We are really lucky. We're in a really good place because Langkawi's only had 1 case of coronavirus, and it was about a month ago a 4-year-old girl contracted it, and she recovered from it, and there was no outbreak from that case. So we're in a really good place, and the fact that the provinces are now closed as well means that no one's new is going to be coming to the island, so we feel very safe where we are. Nandji's chock-a-block full of food. She's filled to the brim. We're going to head out to some of these islands here and just explore a little bit and try to stay away from civilization for as long as we can. We want to protect the community, we want to protect ourselves as well, and you know, it's what we love doing naturally anyway. We just love immersing ourselves amongst nature, so that's the plan, and hopefully things calm down and get back to some sort of normalcy soon. Because us yachties really love moving around.
As countries closed their borders around us, it appeared that the world was screaming to a halt and our plans were changing daily. Our hopes of sailing across the Indian Ocean still remained, but with so much uncertainty in the world right now, it was the right decision to find our own little corner where we could hide away from civilization and practice our best form of social distancing. With lots of hidden corners and beaches amongst the many islands of Langkawi, we found ourselves the perfect place to call home for as long as the world is on lockdown. With no other boats around and this pristine beach that Marley can stretch his legs on, it is time to slow down and enjoy the seclusion in our little slice of paradise.
Good boy! Get in!
There you go, puppy.
Silly boy.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Yeah. So we've been here at Angry Monkey Beach for over a week now. It must be like 2 weeks, I think it'd be getting up to now. Called it Angry Monkey Beach because there's one monkey here on this little island that's just terrorising us wherever we come to land. He's just always trying to steal our shit. But it feels really weird to be stuck in one spot, especially after what we've just been through. We were expecting to be on the move and Nandji's ready to sail. We've got a boat full of food, but yeah, here we are, stuck and not being able to go anywhere. I think we made the right decision in staying here and waiting it out because we have a full visa. But yeah, we just have to do our best to social distance and we'll just hang out here for as long as we need to, I think. Just trying to keep ourselves busy by doing some activities, and we figured out that flubber can handle 2 people in the boat and towing someone, so we've been going scouting. So tell us something, mate. Who's up first?
I really want to go.
All right, in here.
All right. I really want to go.
Right, like so pointing at me though, like now. Straight arms when you're holding the rope, so point your arms towards me though.
Yeah, yeah, like that.
That's it.
Let's go, girl, let's go! Yes!
Stand up or you want to start on your knees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wants me to go.
I'm just going to take the fins out because it's hard to slide. So try to do like little 180s and stuff, but because the fins are so big, it's really hard to spin it. We'll pull them out. Yeah, we'll spin.
It's been dry season where we are, and so we're pretty excited about the rain because we haven't seen rain for such a long time. So it's just those little things that make you so happy, you know. So yeah, we really love that.
Just the little things.
Just the little things, you know. Yeah, dancing in the rain. It's high tide, which means it's beach time. We can get the tender up to the beach, so we're gonna head in and have a little bit of sunshine and happiness, salt. Mally.
Have I got something in my teeth?
I saw this challenge on Instagram. It was like do 10 push-ups and then pass it on. And then these yoga chicks started doing this other thing where they were doing 10 of these things. I don't even know what they are. So we thought we'd come down to the beach today and see if we can do it. That's a yoga pose. Oh!
So you really need activities to keep you busy, especially in times when you're quarantined to a beautiful beach. So what else do? You have to try to stand on your head. Hey, buddy. Keep going. Oh boy. Just wipe that off your nose.
Each day slowly rolled on into the next, and whilst we had a full boat of food, our fresh supplies were dwindling away and all that remained were the root vegetables. The waters of Langkawi are beautiful, but generally very murky and green, making it close to hopeless to go spearfishing to try and supplement our diet. Our little island home, as stunning as it is, had 0 coconut trees, but during neap tides the water seemed clear enough to dive. With 3 humans and a whippet to feed, it was time to check out the fringing reef for an easy target. Nandji was surrounded by lots of bait fish, so hopefully a bigger predatory fish would be lurking. I wanted to test myself and go back to basic style, using a cheap pole spear and no fins.
Well, this is by far the clearest water Langkawi's ever had. I need an actual spear gun, I won't be able to get close enough. Let's get to the reef. Oh, I'm so close to getting that barracuda. I need to put my fins on so I've got that extra one little bit of propulsion, because every time I shoot the spear they miss by like an inch. It's not quite long enough. So I might get a spoon and some fins and entice these in, because I really want to shoot a barracuda with this hand spear. I guess it's pumpkins and potatoes for tea. You just can't see anything. As soon as this wind picks up, there's just so much sediment in the water. And the spear's too short. Oh well.
We've almost run out of water on Nandji. The pipes are pretty barren, so we're heading to this little water hole to get some more water, fill up our tanks. We're doing this to avoid going to land. We go and find our own water.
Never actually used like the follow me setting with a drone, so we're going to try to use it through this skinny little cut that we're going to motor Nandji through.
First time for everything?
First time for everything. Satellite signal too.
Nandji does not have a water maker on board, meaning we are extremely prudent with our freshwater use. Our tanks can hold just under 500 litres, and with 3 people and a dog on board, this lasted us 1 month at anchor. But as the pandemic continued to worsen around the world, we were not going back to town just yet and didn't want to interact with other people. The seasons were still changing and we had not had any rain for 2 weeks, so instead we made our way to a freshwater lake that used to be a popular tourist spot. With no other punters around, we decided this was going to be our water source.
Got it!
Aeroplane.
It looks like he just started going faster too.
Yeah,
He was super low, going super slow.
Yeah, it's funny that we see that sort of stuff, because I did read an article recently about Malaysia stepping up their security measures. So the Navy and the Air Force cracking down on fishing vessels in their waters, because obviously they're so close to Thailand and vessels would interact between each other's waters very often and all the time, and there was 200 refugees that arrived to the island of Langkawi just like a week ago. So they're fully beefing it up. We saw the Coast Guard this morning when we're coming around here, so there's definitely a lot more patrolling going on. That's just purely to stem the spread of COVID-19. That's Yosh signing off for the Nandji News. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Well, thanks for that report,
Out on location.
Captain Yosh. Out on location, Langkawi. We've actually run out of water on Nandji. Got our water tanks and we're down at the big water hole, about to get some more water, fill her up again. It's such a beautiful place and we really don't mind doing this job, so. Alright, let's go fill up our water tanks and have a shower. Absolutely. Up it goes. Hang on, slow down, Marley. Welcome up.
Collecting water this way does take a fair bit of effort, but that's just part of the sailing life and living off grid. You make do with what you have. Since travel restrictions are in place, we now have the time to spare, and tasks like this help to fill up our days.
We only have saltwater showers on Nandji and always have a salty layer on our backs. Having a freshwater bath is a much welcomed luxury, and when the time comes, we relish in that cleansing feeling. After lugging our tanks back down the cliff, we return back to our little oasis home of Angry Monkey Beach to treat the water before we put it into Nandji's tanks. Boiled our first pot of water and we're just cooling it off now, and then we're going to start filling up the tanks. Because the hot water might melt our plastic containers, we're just going to let it cool down first and then fill them up. This is really exciting for us. We're really enjoying this, probably more than we should, but yeah.